Hello and welcome to the recorded webinar August 8th, 2013. This is a recorded webinar because our regular webinar had a little bit of technical difficulties, and so we wanted to make sure to kind of clean it all up and make sure to have something available to you so that you can catch the full vision of what's going on with AdHitProfits. Now, as you know, AdHitProfits had been hit by a number of attacks. One of them was a little bit more major, it was more significant, and it was causing a bit of a problem for all of our members. Each of our members was affected. And so what I wanted to point out to you is that we were truly hit and attacked by a bully. But one of the things to remember is that this bully wasn't just coming after AdHitProfits or just after me, but after every one of our members. They were actually hitting over 35,000 people, and over 35,000 people were affected by this bullying. And so I don't know if you're familiar with bullying, but I grew up in Colorado where bullying has been such a big topic because of the people that were involved with the Columbine shooting. The Columbine shooting was inspired by these kids that were being bullied and harassed all their lives, and they decided to come to the school and take their guns and kind of put an end to all of that, as well as putting an end to their own life. And so it became more aware, or there was an awareness raised throughout schools and throughout the nation about bullying and how important it is that we don't stand for bullying and that we fight against bullying and we kind of don't allow them to have any power over us. And so as we've been bullied, we've tried to stand back up and keep pushing forward. And as you can see in this photo, he kind of dropped his books. He dropped all of his things. And that's what had happened with AdHitProfits. Is we have actually, one of our attacks was, like what I've been mentioning so much over the last couple of weeks, affected all of the ad packs. And so what we had to do is kind of pick up the ad packs the best that we could. But unfortunately, we've actually had some of our own members hitting us while we're down, attacking us, making negative comments about AdHitProfits in general, our own members kicking us while we're down. And that to me is just one of the biggest disgraces that has happened with AdHitProfits, is not just the bullies that are out there. And you can see the bullying that has happened to AdHitProfits ever since we first launched. In all of the forums, the groups, for some reason or another, a lot of people saying a lot of negative things about AdHitProfits. For one reason or another, we have been selected as their mark. So keep that in mind, that when we are facing this type of a thing, we can't allow them to have power over us, and we've got to be able to stand up and keep moving forward. Now let's address some of those negative things, because I want to really help people recognize the vision of AdHitProfits, what my ideas were when I first started AdHitProfits. And this is what I want to show you today, is the Alexa ranking comparatively with a number of different advertising websites. And if you can't read the words very well, the very top one is AdHitProfits. This blue line up here on top. A lot of our advertisers know this, and those advertisers are the ones who keep buying our services again and again and again. And of course, you as a member, or if you're not yet a member of AdHitProfits yet, this is something that you can truly tap into, is recommending services on a highly trafficked website that's targeted for income opportunities, and you can make some really decent referral commissions. Because 10% commissions when people keep buying again and again and again, it really adds up over time, and you can truly benefit from our advertising services as well. So as you're benefiting from the services and referring others to receive that same benefit, then you actually receive more commissions. And of course, we're going to be sharing those revenues with you and everyone else. So of course, it's going to make everything better all around. So what was my vision? What was I really thinking when I started AdHitProfits? What I was looking at throughout the industry are advertising prices. And I was recognizing that people are paying over $7,000 for a 1-month advertisement, or $2,900, or $1,399. Even if the ad is in rotation, these prices are really quite expensive out in the industry. And a lot of people are paying these prices, a lot of advertisers, and what they're mainly trying to do is get exposure. So again, going back to this graph, if you're looking for exposure, what's one of the best websites you can advertise on? If you're trying to get people to view your ad and see what you're doing, one of the best advertisement websites online today is actually AdHitProfits. But taking a look at this vision, I was looking at the very beginning, what was it that I started thinking about is how can people actually benefit more from their advertisement purchases? Because if someone purchases this banner, sure, they're getting the exposure, people are seeing their banner, they're seeing their brand, but what if nobody really clicks on their ad? What if people never sign up for their offer? What if they never enter profit from their campaign? And I started to think about that. How do we help solve that issue? And again, there's a lot of different websites that offer advertising, and our Alexa ranking is right now above them. And I don't want this to come off like I'm trying to say I'm better than them or saying anything negative about these other services. What I'm only trying to do is help you recognize the true value and vision that AdHitProfits can actually provide some incredible advertising services in the kind of direction that we can go throughout the industry and the kind of length of time that we're going to be online. As I'm showing you these websites, each of them have been online for years. So with AdHitProfits, we're going to be online for years too. There's no reason for us to go anywhere when we have such great value of service and the advertisers keep using our services. So on this website, you can see that it's $999.99 for a month. Sure, it's a static, it's not rotating, but even rotating advertisements as much as $85 a week, $457 a week. I mean, these are things that people are paying out there in the industry to get themselves exposure to their business opportunities, help them get referrals, and help them make money online. Now, I want you to see that as well. Now, another thing that I want to show you is here's another website. Now, when you go ahead and click on advertise on this website and you see what the advertising pricing is, for a directory listing, essentially, it's $400 for a basic listing. Yeah, $400. So when people are on AdHitProfits, or maybe they're out in the forums and the groups saying AdHitProfits is a ripoff or scam or whatever it is that they're saying because they spent $45 on a directory listing. So right there, that's like a 90% discount off of some other websites out there. Huge savings, okay? So a $45 purchase is providing a lot more value, because if you're looking at this graph, our traffic that comes to our website far exceeds what you'd be paying for on one of these other sites. So that's where it kind of baffles me to see any negativity out there in the forums, because it just kind of brings back that these are people just shoving and pushing us around. Because are we a scam? No. Because if you go to our recent payouts, this is someone who just barely got paid. They requested their payment through Solid Trust Pay and they were paid instantly. How can any website that is paying instantly be considered a scam? How could that be? It just doesn't make sense unless they're just trying to bully us around. So think about that just a little bit. When you're in the forums and the groups, what is it that you're doing? Are you standing up to these bullies, or are you just walking away, or are you allowing them to take their cheap shots against AdHitProfits for no real reason at all? Because truly, again, going back to this, we have great service and we have a lot of people coming to our website every single day, and we're selling website exposure. Now, another great thing about this is if you're going to these directory listings, other websites that sell directory listings, they don't give you any kind of traffic at all. They don't give you anything like that. But when you're on AdHitProfits and you're purchasing a directory listing, you're getting 1,000 visitors to your website. So when I was coming up with how to build in the best value to your AdHitProfits purchase, I was thinking to myself, well, I want to make sure to share revenues, and I want to deliver something more than anything else that people have ever received. And when it comes down to it, I knew that people would have to click other ads to make sure that they were qualifying for the share in revenue, because that would make sure that the site would stay active, that people would remain active and keep clicking because they want to qualify for those revenues and they want their advertising to be effective. So as you're clicking those 10 ads daily, that in turn is bringing 1,000 visitors to your website. And each time you make a purchase, that's another $45 that brings your listing back to the top. Now, in considering other advertising resources, I really want to help pass on some of these things because a lot of people in the industry just don't have the education or the experience or the understanding of what it is that they're really truly buying on AdHitProfits. They might be seeing AdHitProfits as some kind of investment opportunity, and we are absolutely not. We are a revenue share, and the services that we offer are truly of high value. They're sold elsewhere for greater prices. Now, to put that into comparison, we are selling pay-per-click advertising. And a lot of people are asking, what exactly does that mean? Pay-per-click advertising means that your banner will display and keep displaying until people click on it. And you're only going to be paying for the click. And so if you're paying 25 cents a click, sometimes people are saying, wow, that's really, really expensive. And I'm just kind of like, well, it's really not. And they're under these false understandings and impressions. And I want to just kind of clarify for you. And one of the great resources that I used is to kind of determine what's the cost of advertising on other websites. And this particular website tracks that this particular advertiser spent $75 for a 7-day banner. They received 243 clicks, which costed them about 30 cents a click. So with AdHitProfits charging 25 cents a click, that's really not bad. You know, and this particular advertiser, they spent about 25 cents a click. Now here's where there's some cost savings, okay? Is where there's some advertisers who are advertising something, they spent $150 and they got 89 clicks. That ends up being $1.68 per click. So by charging just 25 cents a click, we're actually saving these advertisers quite a bit of money. With other ads, you can see that they've spent 49, 47, 65, some of them a couple dollars. So I just want you to recognize when it comes to the cost of advertising on AdHitProfits, it's actually really, really great. I mean, because with the amount of traffic that we're getting, if you were to be paying for a week or a month or a day, something like that, then the cost of advertising would be far greater. So instead, what we decided to do is just divide it up by the clicks that you get and pay only for the clicks. And I feel like that's the best and most effective way to do it. Now, Facebook does that same exact thing. They charge per click because instead of having someone's ad display for a week in front of everybody in the entire world, then what you've got is somebody that's only going to be paying for the clicks. And so as it displays for a few days, then you're only going to be paying for the click. Now, I want to show you this particular campaign because I want you to see what it costs for clicks on here. Is if I take the amount of money that's being charged and then divide that by how many clicks I've gotten per click, that's actually 85 cents per click. So on AdHitProfits, we are charging just 25 cents. So there's a lot of cost savings when it comes to charging just for the clicks that you're getting. Now, as I've been testing out this campaign on Facebook, I haven't seen anybody really take a lot of strong, hard action yet. I know that advertising is a numbers game. So far, there's only been just a couple hundred clicks. I can't expect a whole lot of big, huge results to come from such a small amount of visitors. I need to have a few thousand visitors or even a few 100,000 visitors before I start to have a huge impact, especially within an industry that everyone is out there already trying to promote their own thing. And so it's important to do is help people recognize how AdHitProfits can benefit them in promoting whatever it is that they're involved in. So that's really the vision that I came up with at the very beginning is, wow, there's a lot of advertising money out there, people spending it. How can I take advantage of this whole scenario and actually pour that money back to the people who are buying the ads? How can I do that? That's really what I wanted to do is harness this power of advertising out there and share that revenue with you and everyone else. That's really what this is about, is helping you, help you grow your business. I mean, that's really what AdHitProfits stands for, is building up other businesses. And if you've ever seen some of my other webinars and you've seen how I compare Alexa ranking with other businesses and how I featured one of the other businesses' Alexa ranking and said, hey, look, 12.1% of all of their visitors came from AdHitProfits. AdHitProfits is successful, as we can help you successfully build your business and help you grow your downline in something else. That's really where we're most successful, is when you're actually more successful because of AdHitProfits. And the people who are recognizing what services we're offering are becoming more successful. The people that are out there in the forums kicking us while we're down, or the bullies that are pushing us and shoving us around, these are the people who are not benefiting from our services. And what are they doing really is they are hindering the amount of money that you can make, because we share revenues with you from all of the sales that we provide, all of the sales that are generated as we're out there promoting and instructing and inviting people to come use all of our services. You might be numbered among them, and hopefully not, out there in the forums saying terrible things and actually participating, maybe unknowingly, in the bullying against AdHitProfits. And I truly believe that it's because of how incredible our services are. There's a number of people who are out there in the industry feeling threatened by how good AdHitProfits is. And that's where I really believe that we need to kind of band together, stick together, help people recognize what's here. Now, if you haven't yet seen this video, it's on AdHitProfits.com, or you can click on this banner right now. The banner's not going to be there much longer. But when you click on it, it comes to this video, Does AdHitProfits Advertising Really Work? These are actual results that I have had placing banners on AdHitProfits. And they truly do speak for themselves. I can't guarantee that your results are going to be exactly the same, but what I can say is that there are some really great advertising services on AdHitProfits. And I remember when I first started out in the industry, I was using a particular safe list and using their solo advertisements, and I just recognized that, to make more money in the industry, I needed to advertise more. That's the real only way that I can really increase my income. And the more I advertise, the more visitors I get, the more more signups that I follow up with, the more people get to know me, trust me, like me, and they follow me into my business. I recognize that pretty much after 2 years of being told to do that. Okay? But when I was buying these ads, I wasn't seeing any results. I was buying ads throughout, a number of different sites. But this one particular site, I decided I was going to contact their support and say, you know what? You're cheating me. I used your service and I didn't even get one sign up. Not even one. And I was kind of like, I deserve a refund. Because I was in a different position in my life, different mindset. Now, I've definitely learned a lot since then. But the reason why I bring that up is there's a number of people who are just starting out within internet marketing themselves. And so they might be very frustrated. And they might go to the forums, they might go to the groups and start saying, I used their service and I didn't see any results. But the fact is, we've all been there. We've all been in the beginning. We've all started somewhere. And by using AdHitProfits, you're going to be seeing at least the hints and the tips and things like that from me, as well as maybe your sponsor, other people involved here, sharing with you what it was that they did to make their campaign more successful. But I'll tell you that this particular admin, when I was complaining to them, they said something that has stuck with me. And at the time, I was really furious. But since then, I was able to recognize they were right. But what they said to me was, it's your advertising, Charles. You're not using very effective copy. Or in other words, the email that I wrote, the message, was terrible. It wasn't helping people recognize the benefit of my service. It wasn't helping people recognize the value of getting involved in my team. Another thing that they explained to me is that I was using a company replicated website and that I needed to improve and use a better lead capture page. And when I first got that back, I was like, nah, that's a cop-out. I was like, they really don't have good service. But I started to recognize that they are selling real service and delivering real visitors to my website. And if those visitors can't see who I am, I need to tell them. And if they can't see the benefits of getting involved in my opportunity, I need to make sure to show them that. And so instead of blaming the advertising website, I need to blame the way that I'm doing things. And I started to recognize that more and more as I was working in sales, and we had sales representatives who time after time after time, they were selling everything every single day, and there were time after time after time the other representatives that weren't selling anything every single day. And the people that weren't selling anything said, I just didn't get the lucky calls that these other people are getting. But it wasn't about the lucky calls. It wasn't about those lucky visitors that you get to your website. It's what your website is doing with those visitors when they're there. It's what you're doing to maximize your own results. And it really comes down to just that, is the sales representatives who are doing better in their sales, generating more sales, they're the ones who are finding ways to help people bring benefit, help them catch the vision of what it is that they're trying to sell, and help them recognize what's in it for them. Because when people start to recognize how something is actually going to truly benefit them, enhance their lives, make something easier, remove the guesswork, help them start from the beginning to commission and reach that conclusion, that's really what people are going to experience better results throughout their advertising, is when you're helping your referrals recognize that you care about them, that you're there to help them, and that your help actually is benefiting them, and they will follow you. And so that's what I just look at with, if you're ever using any advertising resource and you're not seeing the results that you want to see, change up your banner, change up your website, change up the word choices you have, add a video possibly, do something, maybe create more of a tease, offer some greater value on the front end for people to sign up to your list. Whatever it is, create more value, do some tweaking, make some changes, and you'll change your results. So that's what I really wanted to talk about with that, is AdHitProfits. We are truly delivering real visitors to people's websites. And so there are real people seeing great results from that. And then there's some others that aren't, and it's mainly because they just need to advance their education. They need to advance their strategies. And once when you become more knowledgeable and more strategic in your advertising and your marketing, then you can really actually change your income online. So that's really what I wanted to focus on, is that we are, in the industry, one of the best buys on the internet. Those that are buying our services truly love them, and they keep buying them more and more. With AdHitProfits, we have had a number of people hit AdHitProfits and run away as they took out as much as they possibly could, and not realizing that AdHitProfits is actually going to be online for years and years and years. And that's what I'm saying is, looking at these other services that have also been online for years and years and years, AdHitProfits is going to be online for years and years and years. And in taking a look at the amount of traffic that we're getting, it's solid. Even when the site was down, we were solid with the amount of visitors that we were getting to our website. So I just kind of really look at this and just want to help spread that cheer that AdHitProfits is here for years and years to come. And the true vision that I had at the very beginning was just to be some kind of a marketing resource. But as we've now switched over to pay-per-click, my vision is now saying, wow, with pay-per-click being priced at the way that it is on Facebook, and they're selling billions of dollars in advertising, then I started to catch this vision of saying, what AdHitProfits can do is sell advertising services and split up all of those revenues with you and everyone else. And if Facebook can sell billions, and like I said, it's really difficult to use Facebook advertising. It's very difficult to get the right targeting for income opportunities. There are a lot of people that use Facebook and Google pay-per-click advertising to target the income opportunities. There's a lot of books that are released, courses people are teaching on how to increase results with pay-per-click advertising on Google and on Facebook. And it's because it's so very difficult to get the right targeting to actually really see any real results. That's where AdHitProfits makes it a lot easier to target an income opportunity. So what I really see now as a vision is saying, we can actually progress forward, keep moving forward, and sell the advertising services and make it a lot easier for people to target the income opportunity. And if we can sell billions of dollars in advertising, then that's billions of dollars that are sold are going to be shared with you and everyone else. And within the first few months, we've had millions of dollars already sold in advertising, millions of dollars already shared with you and everyone else, and people all getting them, all of those payouts instantly directly to your processors. So where are we going in the future? We're going to keep going. And one of the great things that we now offer is PayPal, making it even easier for people to get involved in buying the advertising on AdHitProfits and taking advantage of a greater part of the industry who truly believes that if a site doesn't have PayPal, they're not going to use it. So now that we're using PayPal and PayPal has approved our pay-per-click advertising services, we can go ahead and reach out to a greater number of people who truly need the advertising services to grow their downlines, to increase the exposure of their businesses, to help them actually make a lot more money online. Because it really is there. I mean, the potential is there, and I know that we can work together, we can reach that kind of a potential and that kind of growth. Other than that, I believe that we've pretty much covered all of the information that I wanted to cover on tonight's webinar. Just to kind of recap, is the advertising really works. We can spread the secret to the entire industry. It's $1 billion home-based business industry, and you can make a lot of commissions on sharing these services with others. 10% might seem small, but as you get 10% people buy more of those advertisements every day or every couple of days because they work, then you're going to really see an increase in the amount of money that you're making online through AdHitProfits. Also remember, we've been hit by bullying attacks. A number of them throughout the forums, throughout the groups. We've had hackers, we've had fraudsters, we've had a lot of different things coming out against AdHitProfits. We've had our own members kicking us while we're down, but we've stood up, and that's been a big message that I've been having lately is it doesn't really matter how hard you've been hit, it's how well you can take the hit and get yourself back up and keep moving forward. And there's a quote that was from Rocky 6 about that, and I really, really love it. If you haven't seen that quote, definitely check it out on YouTube. I mean, it's just amazing, just the amount of inspiration that I've drawn from that. Just, we've taken this hit, we're getting back up, we're going to keep moving forward. Our services are our true value. The original idea was just to have directory listings that we're offering at a smaller price, advertising that was more cost effective, and share those revenues with you and everyone else. That's still there. Now I'm recognizing that there's billions of dollars out there being sold. We can get out there, we can bring in those advertisers, we can share that revenue with you and everyone else. We can truly see a big change in the industry as they start to use the AdHitProfit services, and you all can make a whole lot more money as you use them. And just real quick, AdHits is truly recognizing that AdHitProfits is one of the best buys when it comes to internet advertising, with over 200,000 unique visitors to our website. AdHitProfits is here to stay. We're online for years and years to come. Those who are with us, they're going to see some great things. People who have jumped out, they're going to want to come back eventually as they start to see the amazing things that are going on. And one last thought that I wanted to leave with you is this particular website. Now, if you're not familiar with this website, this is Facebook. Facebook is something that I was first invited to join back in 2007. And I told my friend that was inviting me to join them on Facebook, I told him, I'm never going to join Facebook. I don't join those types of sites. I don't like MySpace. I don't like Facebook. I already know that is kind of what I was saying. There's no reason I would ever join Facebook. Well, years later, I now have 5,000 friends. And I just kind of look at that and say to myself, Facebook is something that I know that they've gone through a lot of struggles. They've pressed through a lot of trials. They've had hacker attacks. They've been down before. Google's been down before. Yahoo's been down before. So having AdHitProfits being down, it's not a big deal to me. A lot of members, they see that as being a big deal. But to me, it's just, it just actually means that we're one of the big dogs. We're one of the big guys in the industry. And having it happen to us just means, we're that good. We qualify for getting an attack. That's incredible. So I kind of look at it that way, and hopefully each of you do as well. Now again, when AdHitProfits started up, We've had a number of people saying, I don't join that kind of site. I don't get involved in those kinds of sites. But as you hear those types of people, what you can do is make the choice to keep moving forward and find people who do want to join. And in time, just like what happened with Facebook for a number of people back in 2007, 2006, when it was like, I don't know if I really want to join that. Before you know it, these people that are saying no today, next month, next year, might say, you know what, I'm going to take a look at AdHitProfits because, I'm hearing some really great things over there. And the things that I really want to focus on going on here with AdHitProfits is, first of all, you've got an admin that you can actually see. You know where I live. You know it's a registered company. You know the services are good. They're of high quality. They're of cost savings. They're delivering better results than a lot of other advertising services out there. Our commission payouts are made instantly. We have nobody waiting on any withdrawals for more than 12 hours. No one has ever had to wait more than a day to get paid on AdHitProfits. And that's what I just love about this, is there's a lot of really great things to say about AdHitProfits. So let's get out there. Let's make a difference throughout the industry. Let's work together. Let's increase your results within whatever it is that you join, either before AdHitProfits or after AdHitProfits, while you're part of AdHitProfits. Let's help build you up. Let's increase your income, and let's make some money together, and let's have a lot of fun doing it. And take care.